left. White blue humans. I'm excited to see Liev Sky Knight in action.
Yeah, I was testing for states with one Jonathan Medina, and he was really impressed with the Sky Knight. For a while, he had it over Geist of Satan draft, but eventually came to his senses. So in for 1 with Champion of Paris. That's not impressive. Turn 2 is pretty much the best turn for the White Wayne deck, and Jason not playing a card on turn 2 either signals a lot of good 3-drops or a very bad hand.
And Kevin with an Augur of Bolus on turn 2, finding Tolran's Invocation, and
that'll help undo his mulligan.
Yeah. Oh, so he mulliganed to 6.
He did.
So he kind of undoes his mulligan, and not only that, but I mean he's got a nice blocker there for a Champion of the Parish if Jason can't give it any more help.
Right. Even if he get a little help.
Yeah, just a little help isn't even enough. Yeah, he needs a couple of guys to make that champion even deal with the Augur and not just run into it.
Or it could get detained.
Or you can see Liev Sky Knight in action, as I hoped.
Yeah.
So Augur gets detained, champion gets bigger, and gets in.
Yeah, the Sky Knight has some excellent creature types for this deck. It is a human to pump Champion of the Parish, and a knight to allow his War Falcons to attack.
Kevin Jones plays a land and passes back.
I smell Midnight Haunting.
It kind of smells just like every other card.
Right, especially fresh out of the pack.
Yeah, I love that fresh pack smell.
All right, we got a Silver Blade Paladin. That's gonna make the board quite impressive, so that Midnight Haunting doesn't do much anymore.
So one of those caverns is naming Human, and the other is naming Cleric.
And for Geist and the rest of his creatures, basically. Yeah, he does have 4 Sublime Archangels that not quite covered.
There's that Midnight Haunting.
So once again he busts out his tokens, probably to be replaced by the official tokens. Wonder if Kevin wants to triple block the Champion of the Parish.
Yeah, he has that option. And that's exactly what he does, yeah. Gonna take out your champion.
It looks like a Sorin in hand for Kevin. Not the most impressive card.
So basically traded his Midnight Haunting for the Champion of the Parish, but considering how big that champion was getting, it was fine, yeah. Mana-wise, not so great, but the champion was...
Also has a Tolran's Invocation, I believe. He may not have a 4th land. That could be an issue. Especially with Tragic Slip incoming.
He's definitely got Invocation, and I'm almost positive I saw Sorin in there. He's just got 1 copy of Sorin in the main. And 1 copy in the entire deck, actually.
So, he does have a Tragic Slip that's going to take down the Sky Knight. But Knight of Glory is going to make that a little bit more impressive.
So in response to the Exalted trigger, and now we have a Faith Shield to attempt to protect it, and yeah, that's frustrating.
And Faith Shield, one of the 4 spells, but also like one of the best spells when you have just a ton of creatures. Oh, gross. Evolving Wilds for the... Oh my god.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, and that's game.
Wow, so...
11 to dead and 2 hits.
Yes.
And 2 Faith Shields.
Snapcaster on Tragic Slip, and Jason Ellis has the other Faith Shield. He only has 2 main, and they were both there, and it protects from the second Tragic Slip, so... wow. I'd be a little tilted, I think, if I was Kevin Jones, because it's like I'm already getting
he doesn't know how many Faith
right
Shields.
now. Yeah, sure, sure.
Knowing that he has 2, that's kind of a bad beat.
Yeah, but I'm just even having a second one. It's like, geez, like you're already beating me in the face. Can I at least deal with one of your guys, please?
So when we go to sideboard, Jason Ellis takes a pretty a nice game 1 win and just adds in more juice. he gets a side in. He has one copy of War Priest of Thune, which is pretty much the nut. And that's going to get the intangible virtues and the favorable wins and lock them up. Dryad Militant is a nice solid beater that will shut down half of Lingering Souls, Snapcaster Mage, etc., etc. So that has a lot of nice applications in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a card we haven't seen a lot of yet.
Right. It's pretty much only good in these White Weenie style decks. I would imagine the War Falcons come out for the Militants.
That sounds fair. I think he can probably bring in that other Thalia even.
Yeah. You skipped right over the detention sphere.
Oh, the detention
so we're not
space.
done. He's got the whole sideboard basically.
Yeah, I'm looking at his sideboard. I'm like, the entire thing is really like all these are live cards. He's got Negate. He's got Feeling of Dread. He's got
Feeling Dread's like okay. I'd probably not bring that one in. Given
it's the
Ditto Fiend Hunter.
I mean, Fiend Hunter though at least deals with the token permanently, right?
Right.
I mean that's kind of cool. It's basically a 1/8/7 guy.
Yeah, a Necrotol.
A Necrotol. That's exactly what I was trying to think of, but couldn't remember.
But yeah, the War Priest, the Dryad Militant, and the Detention Sphere seem like they're almost tailor-made for this matchup, even though you know they weren't.
Yeah.
But they do a ton of work, and like a couple cards that can come out safely. Like the Talia can definitely, and maybe you don't want to draw two, but I think if Kevin shown Tragic Slip, that I think you'd want the full 4.
Yeah.
Just to have one in play at all times. So yeah, I mean, you take out like the Feeling of Dread, maybe some War Falcons, maybe even Sublime Archangel. One of those two, either War Falcon or Sublime Archangel. Because right now he has both.
Yeah, I think
maybe even the Sky Knight. I could see the Sky Knight coming out because it trades for like half of a Midnight Haunting straight up.
Sure. But yeah, Thalia seems ridiculous against Kevin. Kevin has literally 7 creatures and everything else is affected by Thalia.
And those creatures are Snapcaster Mage and Augur Bolus.
Right, both of which are finding cards that are affected by Thalia. Yeah. But to kind of help himself out, Kevin Jones' sideboard. What do we got here?
Actually, not much. Most of his cards are pretty like. I guess for different things. Like he has Knight of Glory specifically for the zombie matchup. He has like 1 Negate for Terminus and 1 to Rootborn defenses for Supreme Verdict. Things like that. He's got 2 Dissipates. 2 Appetite for Brains. We saw him put to good use in his previous match against Jund.
Okay.
He appetited on like turn 5 or 6, and his Jund opponent had 5 cards in hand, all legal targets for Appetite for Brains.
Wow. Yeah. That's a lot of brains.
There's some detention spheres that might do some work, especially if they can hit multiples of a card. But yeah, his Pure the Fire the Graves aren't going to do much. The Supreme Verdict could actually be
it's almost like that's something that he does want.
Yeah, that's like the one card that's actually pretty excellent in this matchup.
Sure, yeah.
So we got a pretty standard start from both players, a tapped Glacial Fortress from Kevin and a Champion of the Parish for Jason.
And another champion for Jason. Makes the first one bigger.
He plays a second land. Okay, no second land though.
And
the third tap land.
Got an intangible virtue on the board for Kevin Jones.
Well, welcome to Kevin's deck. There are 9 buddy lands, and only 10 lands to 10 buddies. So both playing fairly fast. Kevin misses 4th land drop. Not as bad as missing your 2nd land drop.
Yeah, for sure. And Lingering Souls, adding 2 2/2s to the board. Geist Sustained Traff discarded by Jason. And Jason unable to really even attack. And we have another copy of Lingering Souls, so 2 in the yard now for Kevin Jones, and
4 on the board.
4 creatures on the board, 4 spirits on the board, and they're big spirits. I don't even know why you don't attack. Did he attack? He may have attacked.
They have vigilance.
Yeah, but I didn't even see like a motion.
But a very quick motion, yeah. Jason is at 16. Jason even brought in his Riders of Gavany. for this matchup.
And
which could be interesting if he had 3 more lands. Oh jeez. Jason falling down to 4, and we're about to get a lightning quick.
Yeah, game 2 looks like it's over. I mean, there's the second land drop for Jason, and it's going to come into play tapped or do 2 to himself. So he's not even going to try. Kevin Jones takes
I think that land needed to make like 12 mana.
Yeah,
for Jason to be in it.
To compete, yeah. So.
And even then.
Kevin Jones takes game 2, and we're going to game 3 with just under 40 minutes left in the round.
Yeah, you guys got to speed it up. He might have finished.
I have a feeling we may be able to get another match on camera.
Yeah.
Unless the other decks are like zombies decks that have somehow
even faster,
managed to be just as fast or faster. But if you're just joining us, I'm Joey Pasco, joined in the booth by Adam Prosak, and we are covering the final round of Swiss, round 9 of 9, here in Providence, Rhode Island. StarCityGames.com Open Series, week 2 of Return to Ravnica Standard.
Yeah.
And as we were saying earlier, the Intangible Virtue and Lingering Souls banned in block. Kevin Jones picks up exactly those 2 cards to start off the new standard format, and you can see why. That was exactly what Kevin used game 2.
It's nice little shout out to the camera right there from Kevin.
And yeah, I mean that was all he used basically, right? It was just Lingering Souls and Intangible Virtue. That's all. That was it. Did all the damage.
Yeah, he's managed to fight his way through Detention Spheres, and Sever the Bloodlines and Golgari Charms. Like 3 cards that weren't in block.
So it just got word from the director that the other match that we do have, our backup match, is also headed to game 3, as I joked. Of course, has to end up being actually true.
You're playing for top 8. You want to make it last at least 12 minutes.
These guys are about to hit 12 minutes in about 10 seconds.
So they're getting their money's worth.
Getting some value. Yeah. All right, so it's like game 3 is about to be underway.
I think they spent more time shuffling than playing.
Yeah, seriously. Looks like the other match is Jund versus Black Red Zombies, the other match that is heading into game 3.
Yeah, we have somebody add on the loser of our feature match last round, Nicholas Heel.
Yeah.
He is playing Josh Vitullo.
Right, we've seen both of those guys on camera.
We have.
Multiple times. Well, we've seen Heel, I think, twice on camera already. So, turn 1 Hallowed Fountain to Jason Ellis' turn 1 Plains. Turn 2 Plains, Thalia.
And the Dagger.
And that's going to make it rough for Kevin. I don't think he's going to be able to take...
I mean, I guess there's not a ton of 1-drops in Jason's deck. But not having one means you probably want a Talia on turn 2. One of your better cards.
Tragic Slip found in the top 3 by Augur of Bolus, and Kevin has... both lands there to pay for the Tragic Slip.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best possible outcome for Kevin. Play 1/3 to block, although it's not blocking the 3/2 now, and get your Tragic Slip. So,
Hallowed Fountain added to the board, Jason, and pass.
Now is Kevin willing to play into Faith Shield? I believe that is a Faith Shield in Jason's hand, or does he? Because that would save him some damage, quite a bit of damage. The attacking Talia, but I don't think.
I think you just Tragic Slip right here, yeah.
And if I was Kevin, I think Kevin missed a point there. I don't think he's chumping this Knight of Glory attack.
Yeah, maybe you should have attacked. Why hold it back otherwise? But
Silverblade Paladin.
Silverblade Paladin comes down following a Champion of the Parish who gets a little bigger and then gets the Soul Bond. And then we have Knight of Glory, Exalted, swinging in and dealing some points of damage. Kevin going to drop here to 14, I believe.
Unsummon.
Unsummon your Soul Bond dude. Silverblade Paladin. And untap.
If Kevin could have waited on that a little bit, he might have gotten a nice combat with a Knight of Glory that wasn't attacking Alon.
Sure. Plays land and passes back. And we have
Precinct Captain coming in to pump the Knight of Glory, or the Champion of Parish, and just the Champion of Parish. No pre-combat Silverblade Paladin.
But that's a 4-power dude.
And the reason for that is Geist of St. Traft.
So Midnight Haunting from Kevin Jones at the end of turn, and
needs to get on the board very quickly here.
Yeah, I believe I see an Intangible Virtue in his hand.
I also see a Vault of the Archangel. Can't do both, but
that vault will come in handy later.
They come in handy right now.
It could, yeah.
Over the.
He's going to go with something else here. It looks like.
Tolerance
and it's a Tolerance Invocation. So. Tim Drake.
So while that is 4 extra power, I feel like he's behind on the board quite sufficiently. Yeah, so that. And Jason knew his 6th land, so no help, but I think he has quite a bit on board as is.
Yeah.
He has a Paladin in his hand, so there's going to be quite a bit of chump blocking.
So Champion getting bigger. It's
Champion
a 4/4.
pairing with the Geist of St. Traft.
After the Silverblade Paladin comes in, which soul bonds with the Geist. Now Geist is getting in alongside the Precinct Captain and the Champion of the Parish.
So I can see
no exalted triggers here.
2 double blocking the Geist of St. Traft.
There's the Angel. So wait, the Geist is a 2/2 double strike.
Correct.
Right?
And Kevin's got to figure out the rest of the blockers. Okay, so he decided to chump block the Champion of the Parish, bounce the Precinct Captain and the Augur Bolus, kill the, basically trade the Geist of St. Traft for 1 Drake, or both Drakes, I'm sorry.
Both Drakes.
Because they have double strike, and then take 4 from the Angel. So Kevin really needs another token maker to go with his Anthem. Doesn't look like he has it. It looks like he's on Vault of the Archangel and Intangible Virtue, and that's it. Two other basics in his hand. So this is not looking good for Kevin. And if Jason plays like almost any creature to pair with the Silverblade Paladin, I would think the game will be over.
Oh, he passes back.
So
Kevin should be at 6 here, right? I believe Kevin's at 6 from taking the Angel hit. Yeah, there it is.
What card do we have there? Is it a Faith Shield?
Couldn't get a good look at it.
Even then, I believe oh wow, so it's just the Precinct Captain. Huh.
Interesting.
It's actually pretty easy double block from Kevin, if I'm doing the math correctly. You can only first strike 1 of them, and then he'll just Vault of the Archangels the other one. I'll put the Augur first. Yeah, there we go. Activate the Vault, give his guy.
So he, there was a 3-power guy.
Yes. And so Kevin's going to gain 1. Only one of them was alive to deal the Death Touch damage.
Yeah, now.
And Death Touch lifelink. So Kevin goes up to 7. And I believe he drew another Intangible Virtue. Not exactly what he's in the market for.
At least he has 1 token.
Right.
Just to note, the Exalted, like, you have to point it out every time it triggers.
Yeah.
And I was watching a match on my break where somebody attacked with a guy, and he had 2 knights out. I think it was a white blue humans deck, and he had 2 knights in play and attacked with a Silverblade Paladin, who should have been a 6/6, but he didn't announce the trigger. So it was a 4/4 double strike, not bad, but it was it should have been a 6/6. He just didn't say it, and both of them realized it. You know what I mean? He says it's a 4/4. You didn't say Exalted. It's just like, oh, yeah, I didn't say it. I didn't mention the Exalted.
Right.
So, and if I'm Kevin, you're already on the back foot. You want to make sure, like, you didn't say anything about Exalted. You want to make sure that you can take advantage of the facts that your opponent maybe misses the triggers.
Face shield, Kevin falls to 3. And I actually think Kevin is fine with a... Oh, jeez. Kevin is fine with a another Anthem effect.
I want to talk about.
Alright, Augur or Bullets? That can... If this gets Lingering Souls... Oh, wow. That's...
Nothing with... Ugh, that is the worst.
That's a tough way for your tournament to end. Needing almost any spell. And this should end the game, right? If you just... if Jason would send with everybody.
Yeah, it should. I can't imagine that it doesn't. I mean, even if you count like a lifelink from Augur of Bullets at 4, you still lose 4. We'll just Soul Bond too. Well, why not rub it in a little? Not that
play around things.
Yeah, exactly. I would have done the same thing as if I were Jason, but wow. Yeah, so, that was rough. Yeah.
Jason Ellis advances to top 8.
Yeah, 2-1 over the Esper Tokens list by Kevin Jones, and you see how strong white blue humans can be. I saw it that match that I was talking about. It also it won that match too, and it was just like turn 1.